Previously on Up at Noon.
So what are we waiting for?
Oh, we're just waiting for the show to load.
It's an Uncharted joke. This is how Uncharted. That's Emily Rose from Uncharted. She's from Uncharted. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Up at Noon. I'm Greg Miller. Different show for you this week. That's right. No audience, first off, because they'd break NDAs and leak about secret games we're talking about. Then, no monologue, because there's no time for jokes, because as I live and breathe, Neil Sorens, how are you?
I'm doing great, Greg.
There's what I wanted. No audience, just our producers clapping. Neil, you're here to show Star Wars Pinball. The first time anyone's seen it, only place to see it here on Up at Noon. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching, everybody. How the hell did this happen?
Well, we've been trying to get Lucas to work with us for many years now, actually.
Yeah.
And we've kind of worked our way up the chain, working on small properties and
Small properties like the Avengers and Spider-Man. Yeah. These little things you never heard of. They're indie comics.
Well, that was the end. At the beginning, we had Rocky and Bullwinkle.
The biggest cartoon on the planet. Kids still watch that, right?
And Miss Explosion Man and some smaller ones. So, once we worked with Marvel, then other companies looked at us as more than just some small Eastern European developer.
Right.
And so once Lucas started up their casual games division, you've seen Angry Birds Star Wars.
I've seen it once or twice.
That's also something that went through them. They were eager to find developers that made casual games like Pinball and work with them on LucasArts properties.
Okay. And of course, for somebody who wouldn't know, I don't know how they wouldn't know, you guys, Zen Pinball, the name in the video game pinball space. You are on everything.
Yeah, we're really happy with the support that our fans have given us over the years. We started really small on Xbox Live Arcade, and we've just grown and moved to other platforms and picked up an enthusiastic following. And so,
I like how you're downplaying. You're on every platform, it seems. You can't go anywhere without running into a Zen Pinball. Your fans are crazy, totally into it.
Well, some of them are crazy, now that you mention it. But yeah, we're trying to just find pinball fans wherever they are and reach them because pinball, it's not a blockbuster sort of genre. It's it's never going to do the numbers that Halo or Call of Duty does, and so we need to go and find pinball fans wherever they are and sell them our stuff there.
Yeah, I think Star Wars is a good jumping off point for a lot of people. So talk about, you'd been trying to court Lucas here for a long time, like a good prom date. They finally see what you're doing with the Marvel and everything else and get to this tipping point. How far back are we working? Because a lot of things have happened very recently with Lucas and the Star Wars and all this. Just how long back did you start? Did they finally give you the okay and you got going?
They gave us the okay last year.
Oh wow! Okay.
So it's it hasn't been that long. We've been working on the tables a few months. And, but like I said, we've been knocking on their door for years and years and years.
So did you just have this Bible of ideas, pretty much, you wanted to go for?
Oh, yeah, and, the guys in the studio, the developers and table designers and artists are all super enthusiastic Star Wars fans.
Sure.
I was talking to them about Star Wars, The Old Republic, back when it was in Friends and Family Alpha and Beta and that kind of thing.
So this was the dream come true for them, pretty much?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So then, how does it work? You guys have been creating pinball tables for a long time now. You guys know what you're doing. Did Lucas come to you and say, this is what it has to be, blah, 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 or did you get to come to them and say, we want to make a Boba Fett table, we want to make an Empire Strikes Back table?
It was very collaborative. In the beginning, we were pitching something we thought was very, very safe, very tame, because we just wanted to kind of move things on to the next step. And so we just said, hey, let's do the episode 4 through 6, episode 1 through 3, and then maybe a couple other tables. And they said, no, actually, what we'd prefer is that you actually explore the universe and base tables on characters and places and events and those kinds of things as well, not just the movies.
Okay. So then, for the reveal here, what is everybody seeing? What are the official 3 tables?
So the 3 tables we're launching with are The Empire Strikes Back, Boba Fett, and The Clone Wars.
Okay. Are you ready for the Boba Fett table to be the most popular thing you've ever done?
Of course. How could it
Of
not
course,
be?
I'm always ready to be a huge success.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing. I think for sure that's the one that's going to get people the most excited. Because you expect the movie, sure. Clone Wars, okay. Boba Fett. The Fett Man? People are all
Yeah,
over
and
it.
it's, he's a character that doesn't get too much exposure in the the actual movies, and so being able to explore his character a little bit more and use details from the expanded universe and incorporate those into the tables, I think is a good opportunity and good for fans who know their stuff.
How hard is it to come up with these tables? Because when you guys talk about them, you talk about them like you are designing some kind of RPG. You're like, well, there's these side missions over here, Boba Fett can go on, he can collect these bounties, and he's working with Vader. And for me, it's just like, well, I just hit the ball out there, and it hits a wall, and then it goes into the return, and I lose.
Well, we try to make it so that fans of all types will be able to see the cool stuff at some point. Obviously, there's going to be stuff, in the wizard mode, the final mode of the game, that the newbie players aren't going to be able to see. But for example, on Empire Strikes Back, we put a checkpoint system into the game mode so that once you start the modes, which is very easy, you just hit the ball straight up the middle enough times.
All right, we're on what I can do so far.
Once you do that, there are various ramps and targets and such that you have to hit, but it's divided into steps. So if you complete a few steps, or just a couple steps, and then fail the mission, once you start the mission up again, you'll be able to resume where you left off.
Now, did that anger anyone in the office? Were there pinball purists saying there are no checkpoints in real pinball?
No, because that's the thing about real pinball. It was across its history, it's evolved continuously. It went from purely mechanical to electromechanical to solid state. You've seen the score reels of the dot matrix screens.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you even have color LCDs for dot matrix screens, and so they were continuously changing, improving, trying new things. And so one of our design philosophy is we want to continue that evolution of pinball in video form.
Interesting. I never thought of it that way. Look at you. You're evolving. You're involving the entire sport of pinball. It's a lot of power in these hands.
And that's what we're trying to do, because if there's one sure way to fail in the video game industry is to keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, it's f***ing over those Call of Duty people.
No comment.
Checkmate. Well, no, that's something especially for you. We talk about, Zen Pinball and how, I mean, honestly, it's one of those games I think that just about everyone I know has it in some form, right? It's something they've picked up and they play every now and again. They do this, that, and the other with it. You guys have really been on the cutting edge in a way, right? As far as getting your product into people's hands. Like, especially, most recently for me being the PlayStation editor, you guys came out with, the PlayStation Vita version for Zen Pinball 2, which was cross-play, cross-buy, all that jazz, your saves were going all over the place. High scores are going all over the place between PS3 and Vita. And even dialing that back, you guys basically put your game out as like a free app, right? And then it's buy stuff inside it.
Right. So wherever we can, it's not possible on every platform, but we give you the platform for free and then just let you buy tables a la carte. And on the mobile versions, we also include a free table so that people who are very casual game players and might not be too familiar with it can get an extended look at pinball and see if they are pinball fans. One thing about the pinball market is that it's a very accessible sort of game. I mean, you just push two buttons and there's two flippers, so it's very easy for anyone to understand. The problem was, we're not the first people to make a good pinball video game. There have been many in the past. The reason they haven't been very successful is because, that you're selling it for $20, $30, $50.
Yeah.
People aren't going to see if they're pinball fans for that price. But if it's $2, $4, $10, then they're more willing to take a look.
All right, so Star Wars Pinball, being announced right now at the beginning of February, comes out the end of February?
That's correct.
It got a date yet, or are we just saying look for it at the end? February's a short month, be careful here.
I think around the 27th. I don't know.
Oh, okay, that's good enough.
You might not
I like
have
how you immediately look off camera.
Yeah.
PR's like, okay. And then the next question is is this all you're doing with the license? So do you guys plan to do more tables with it?
Yeah, we plan to do a total of 10 tables.
Oh, wow, okay.
And so we plan to release them in packs of 3 and then one standalone table.
Okay. What is J.J. Abrams like?
I don't know. I thought he was your friend.
Oh, no, I was hoping you had information about what's going to happen. I want to know. what the next table is going to be. Is that something, can you say if you're looking into that, or is that a possibility? Or you just want to wink at the camera?
We'd love to work on it. It's not part of our current plan. It's just it's too far out at this point. But we're definitely going to bring that up when the time is right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Star Wars Pinball. It is out at the end of the month. Neil, thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, it's been a pleasure, all right? Usually people clap here, but there's no one to clap, so I'm just going to give my outro. No, it's too late. Y'all missed your chance to clap and have it be funny. I tried the whole show. I'm like, we'll do a pitiful clap in the beginning. Nick said we'll do a pitiful clap in the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for Up at Noon with Greg Miller here on Start. Remember, the show goes live every Monday at noon, so come on by. I usually answer questions in the comments when the show goes live. However, I'll be recovering from surgery when this one goes live. Finally getting the port out of my chest. Clap for that, Nick. There you go. Not you, Sean. No one said for you to clap. Yeah, Nick. But anyways, please subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends. Last week, Brian Altano had a funny segment. Show that to them too. And if they're not into Star Wars Pinball, show them just that. But if they are into Star Wars, show them this, right?
Either way.
Either way. Yeah. Until then, I'm going back to bed.